Let's be honest, most of the stress, frustration, and exhaustion in your life isn't coming from what's actually happening to you. It's coming from what you're trying to control but never will. Think about it. You try to control what people think of you. You try to control whether they call text back, like your post, or notice your effort. You try to control whether someone respects you, stays loyal, or shows up the way you want them to. You try to control outcomes, results, timelines, and even emotions that aren't yours to manage. And every single time you do this, you hand over your peace, you hand over your power. The truth is simple. You cannot control what you don't own. And you don't own other people's actions. You don't own their opinions. You don't own their choices. You don't own how fast success comes. The only thing you own completely, fully, and without question is yourself, your decisions, your attitude, your discipline, your reactions. That's it. And when you finally stop fighting to control what you never could, something magical happens. You free yourself. But here's the trap. We've all been conditioned to believe that if we just try harder, if we just explain better, if we just push a little more, we'll finally get people to act how we want. It's an illusion. You can waste years trying to change someone who doesn't want to change. You can drain your spirit trying to convince people to value you. You can burn out trying to force life into your preferred timeline, but it doesn't work that way. Control is a myth. Influence is possible, sure, but control. And the sooner you accept that, the lighter you'll feel. Now, I want you to imagine this. You're in the middle of a storm. The wind is wild. The rain is pounding. You can scream at the storm. You can beg it to stop. You can try to push the clouds away with your bare hands, but you'll fail every single time. Or you can choose differently. You can step inside. You can grab an umbrella. You can build shelter. You can adjust your attitude to the weather, but you will never control the storm itself. People are storms. Life is weather. You are not here to control it. You are here to choose how you walk through it. And here's the part that changes everything when you stop trying to control what you can't. You suddenly discover how much energy you actually have to control what you can. Think about all the energy you waste worrying about what people think. Imagine putting that same energy into building your craft, learning a new skill, improving your health, or doubling down on your dreams. Think about all the hours you lose replaying arguments in your head, wishing they had gone differently. What if you invested those hours into your goals, into your growth, into creating something that makes you proud? You'd be unstoppable. This is what reclaiming your peace looks like. It's not about shutting down, ignoring people, or pretending you don't care. It's about understanding boundaries. It's about reminding yourself, that's not mine to carry. If someone disrespects you, that's on them. If someone leaves, let them. If success takes longer than you thought, adjust. You stop gripping so tightly to things that are never yours to begin with. And when you do, the weight lifts. I'll tell you something else. Control is often just fear wearing a disguise. You want to control because deep down you're scared. Scared of being rejected, scared of being abandoned, scared of failing, scared of the unknown. But when you let go of control, you're not losing security. You're building courage to face the fact that life will unfold the way it's meant to. Courage to stand strong when people don't validate you. Courage to trust that you can handle whatever comes. That courage is worth far more than the illusion of control ever was. Let me put it this way. Every time you try to control someone else, you shrink yourself. You're essentially saying, my peace depends on your behavior. My happiness depends on your approval. My confidence depends on your reaction. That's weakness disguised as effort. Real strength says, my peace belongs to me. My happiness belongs to me. My confidence is built by me, and nothing you do can take it away. That's the shift. That's the freedom. So here's what I want you to practice. The next time you catch yourself spiraling because of what someone did or didn't do, pause. Take a deep breath and say out loud, that's not mine to control. Repeat it as many times as you need, because when you remind yourself of this truth, you step out of chaos and back into clarity. You remind yourself that your energy is precious. You remind yourself that your time is valuable. And you remind yourself that peace is found not in control, but in release. This isn't weakness. This isn't giving up. This is strength. This is wisdom. Because it takes real power to stop fighting battles that were never yours. It takes real courage to step back and let life, let people, let situations unfold without you trying to grab the steering wheel. It takes self-respect to protect your energy instead of pouring it out on things that don't move you forward. And when you master this, you won't just have peace, you'll have power. There is a simple phrase that can completely change your life. Let them. It sounds small, but it carries a weight of freedom you can't imagine until you start living by it. You want to know why you're stressed, anxious, and constantly second-guessing yourself? Because you're trying to control how other people show up in your story. You're trying to force them to treat you the way you would treat them. You're trying to make them see your worth, respect your effort, or match your loyalty. But the reality is, you can't make anyone do anything, and the harder you try, the more you lose yourself in the process. That's where the power of let them comes in. If someone wants to walk out of your life, let them. If someone wants to ignore your message, let them. If someone wants to gossip, doubt you, or underestimate you, let them. Every time you choose let them, you choose peace over chaos. You choose freedom over frustration. You choose power over desperation. And the truth is, people will always show you who they are through their choices. The only question is, are you willing to see it? Or will you keep trying to rewrite their script to fit your expectations? Think about it. When someone disrespects you, your first instinct might be to fight, to defend, to argue, to prove your value. But what does that really do? It ties your peace to their behavior. It keeps you locked in a battle you don't even need to be fighting. Let them is not about being passive. It's not about letting people walk all over you. It's about recognizing what is and refusing to lose yourself trying to change it. It's about standing tall in your worth and saying, I see your choice. And I choose not to chase, not to beg, not to control. That's power. You see, let them is a filter. It separates what matters from what doesn't. It reveals the people who value you and the people who don't. It shows you who respects your boundaries and who doesn't. And instead of wasting time trying to change the wrong ones, you free yourself to focus on the right ones. The people who match your effort. The opportunities that align with your growth. The energy that fuels your future. Let me give you a picture. Imagine you're holding a rope, and on the other end of that rope is someone pulling against you. You want them to stay. You want them to care. You want them to give back what you're giving. So you pull harder and harder and harder, but the more you pull, the more resistance you feel. That's control, that's exhaustion. That's why you feel drained. But what happens the moment you let go of the rope? The tension disappears. The struggle ends. That's the power of let them. It's the decision to drop the rope and release what was never meant to be forced. Now, I know what you're thinking, but if I let them, won't I lose them? Won't I lose control? Yes. And that's the point. Because if you have to fight to keep someone, they were never yours to begin with. If you have to beg for respect, it was never respect. If you have to force loyalty, it was never loyalty. Letting them doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough about yourself not to settle for less than what you deserve. And here's the secret. When you start living by let them, you actually get stronger, not weaker. You train yourself to stop chasing validation and start building self-trust. You stop tying your worth to people's approval and start tying it to your own standards. You stop waiting for permission and start creating your own path. Let them doesn't shrink your world. It expands it. It clears out the noise, the drama, the distraction, so you can finally focus on what matters, your peace, your growth, your purpose. Let's be clear. This isn't easy at first. Your ego will fight it. Your fear of rejection will fight it. Your need to be understood will fight it. You'll want to explain, to justify, to prove. But that's the trap. Because the more you explain to people who don't want to listen, the more invisible you feel, the more you chase people who don't care, the smaller you become, the more you try to control what's outside of your control, the more powerless you feel. Let them flips it all on its head. It gives you the power back by refusing to engage in battles that were never worth fighting. So the next time you feel that pull, that urge to fix someone, convince someone, or hold on to someone, pause, breathe, and say to yourself, let them. Let them make their choice and you make yours. Let them go low while you rise higher. Let them walk away while you move forward. Let them doubt while you prove yourself through action, not arguments. Let them underestimate you while you quietly build the life that will shock them. That's strength. That's wisdom. That's freedom. Your energy is your life force. It's the fuel that drives your decisions, your creativity, your focus, and your confidence. But here's the problem. Most people give it away too easily. You hand it over to arguments that don't matter. You waste it on relationships that drain you. You spend it on overthinking situations you can't change. And then you wonder why you feel exhausted, uninspired, and stuck. It's not because you're weak. It's because you're leaking energy everywhere without even realizing it. Protecting your energy is not optional. It's survival. Think about it. Every single day you wake up with a limited amount of energy, like money in a bank account, and how you spend it determines how far you'll go. If you spend it all on gossip, drama, and trying to control people who don't care, don't be surprised when there's nothing left for your goals. If you give it away to worrying, people pleasing, or chasing validation, don't be surprised when you have nothing left for yourself. Protecting your energy means making conscious decisions about where you invest your attention, who you allow into your space, and what you choose to engage with. You know what steals energy faster than anything? Toxic people. The ones who complain constantly but never change, the ones who always take but never give, the ones who manipulate, guilt trip, or demand your time without respecting your boundaries. Every time you entertain them, you're letting them rob your mental bank account. Protecting your energy means saying no without guilt. It means setting boundaries that are non-negotiable. It means reminding yourself that access to you is a privilege, not a right. Not everyone deserves your time. Not everyone deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your energy. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes it's not just other people. Sometimes the biggest thief of your energy is you. The way you think. The stories you tell yourself, the endless cycle of doubt, fear, and negative self-talk. You drain yourself by replaying mistakes, worrying about the future, or criticizing yourself for not being enough. Protecting your energy also means protecting yourself from yourself. It means catching those destructive thoughts and replacing them with something stronger. It means choosing discipline over distraction. It means choosing progress over perfection. And let's not forget your environment. The places you spend your time either fuel you or drain you. Clutter, chaos, and noise pull your energy down. Order, focus, and clarity lift it up. Protecting your energy is about creating spaces physically, mentally, and emotionally that support your growth. It's about surrounding yourself with people who inspire you instead of people who drain you. It's about consuming content that educates and empowers you instead of content that keeps you comparing and feeling small. Here's the truth. You don't owe your energy to everyone. You don't owe your time to every request. You don't owe your peace to every argument. Protecting your energy doesn't make you selfish. It makes you smart. It makes you intentional. It makes you unstoppable. Because when you stop wasting energy on things that don't matter, you finally have the power to pour it into the things that do: your dreams, your health, your purpose, your relationships that actually give back to you. Let me give you an example. Imagine carrying a phone with 10% battery left. Would you hand it to people who just want to scroll for fun? Would you waste it on apps that drain it even faster? No, you'd protect it. You'd close unnecessary apps. You'd dim the screen. You'd save that battery for what matters most: calls, directions, emergencies. Why? Because you know once it's gone, it's gone. Your energy works the exact same way. Stop giving it away carelessly. Stop letting people and situations drain you to zero. Protect it like it's the most valuable resource you own, because it is. And let me be real with you. Protecting your energy takes courage. It means walking away from conversations that are going nowhere. It means cutting off people you thought you couldn't live without. It means declining invitations that don't align with your priorities. It means being okay with being misunderstood, judged, or even disliked because you refuse to compromise your peace. That's not weakness. That's strength. That's self-respect in action. Ask yourself this: what would change in your life if you stop wasting energy on things that don't move you forward? How much more creative would you be? How much healthier would you feel? How much more progress would you make? The answer is everything would change, because when you protect your energy, you protect your future. When you protect your energy, you reclaim your focus. When you protect your energy, you stop living at the mercy of everyone else's demands and start living on your terms. So every time you feel drained, pause and ask yourself, who or what am I giving my energy to right now? And is it worth it? If the answer is no, pull back, redirect, reclaim it. Protect it fiercely, because the world will always take as much as you're willing to give. But when you protect your energy, you stop being a victim of life's noise and start being the master of your own power. Peace is not weakness. Peace is not surrender. Peace is not about letting people walk over you or pretending that life is perfect. Peace is power. Because when you have peace, you have clarity. When you have peace, you make better decisions. When you have peace, you can walk away from what's toxic without hesitation. And when you have peace, you are unstoppable, because no one can manipulate you, provoke you, or drag you into chaos unless you allow them. Most people think power comes from control, from winning arguments, from proving they're right, from forcing outcomes. But real power is the exact opposite. Real power is being so grounded in yourself that you don't need to fight every battle. Real power is being so confident in your worth that you don't chase validation. Real power is being so secure in your direction that distractions can't pull you off course. That's what peace gives you. It's not about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them with a calm strength that nothing can shake. Let's be real. The world will test you every single day. Someone will push your buttons. Someone will misunderstand you. Someone will disappoint you. Life will throw unexpected setbacks your way. And every single one of those moments is an invitation to either give away your peace or protect it. And here's the truth: the moment you lose your peace, you lose your power. When you let anger take over, you react instead of responding. When you let anxiety consume you, you freeze instead of moving forward. When you let drama pull you in, you lose focus on what actually matters. Peace is not just nice to have, it's the foundation for every success you want in life. Think about the most effective leaders, creators, or visionaries you admire. They don't operate out of chaos. They operate out of calm. They don't panic when things fall apart. They adapt. They don't waste energy proving themselves to every critic. They let results speak. They don't chase after people who don't believe in them. They move with focus and let success make the noise. That's not luck. That's the discipline of protecting peace, because peace keeps you steady when everything else is shaking. And here's the part most people don't realize: peace is a choice. It doesn't magically appear. You don't wait for life to calm down before you feel peaceful. You create peace in the middle of the storm by deciding not to let the storm live inside you. You create peace by setting boundaries, by choosing your battles, by walking away from noise that doesn't deserve your attention. You create peace by reminding yourself that not every opinion matters, not every invitation deserves a yes, not every fight is worth engaging. Peace is not passive, it's active. It's discipline, it's strength. It's saying, I don't need to prove myself to people who don't matter. I don't need to attend every argument I'm invited to. I don't need to sacrifice my mental health to make everyone else comfortable. Peace is knowing your values and refusing to step out of alignment for the sake of approval. Peace is standing tall when others try to pull you down. Peace is choosing silence when noise surrounds you. That silence, that's not weakness. That's you conserving energy for what truly matters. Let's talk about relationships for a moment. How many times have you lost your peace trying to control how someone treats you, trying to change their behavior, trying to make them value you? That's chaos. Peace says, let them be who they are and I'll be who I am. Peace says, if they respect me, good. If they don't, I won't lose myself trying to force it. Peace says, my energy is too valuable to be wasted on people who don't appreciate it. That's power. Because when you stop losing your peace over other people, you stop being controlled by them. The same is true for setbacks. Life doesn't always go your way. The deal falls through. The opportunity disappears. The dream takes longer than you thought. You can lose your peace by panicking, by doubting, by thinking you failed, or you can protect your peace and say, This is a redirection, not a rejection. This is a lesson, not a loss. Peace allows you to adapt, to pivot, to keep going with strength instead of giving up in frustration. That's power. That's how you keep moving when most people would quit. Here's what's important to remember. Peace makes you magnetic. When you walk into a room with calm confidence, people notice. When you don't bite at every insult or react to every provocation, people respect you. When you carry yourself with composure, even under pressure, people trust you. Peace makes you attractive to opportunities, to connections, to success, because it shows you're in control of yourself even when the world isn't in control around you. So ask yourself, how much peace are you giving away right now? How many hours are you losing to arguments on social media? How many days are you wasting replaying conversations you can't change? How much energy are you spending trying to convince people who have already made up their minds? And for what? None of that builds you. None of that grows you. None of that gets you closer to your goals. Protecting your peace means refusing to let the small things steal the big picture. Peace is not just about feeling good. It's about staying strong. It's about preserving your mind so you can make the moves that matter. It's about refusing to let the chaos outside of you create chaos inside of you. It's about standing in the middle of the storm and saying, I will not be moved. That's power. That's self-mastery. That's how you take back your life.